Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Someone help me. I'm losing my mind. Advice. Background. Me, 30 meters, her, 32F, met 5 years ago. Been together for the last 3 of those years. The first 2 were spent just casually dating. I love this girl. We do have arguments a little more frequently lately, but that's because of my insecurity lately. See, about a year ago, I was going through a death in the family and I wasn't able to be there for her. We decided to take a break for a few weeks, mutual decision, and for me to get my head on straight. We talked often during those weeks. Nothing deep, as we wanted to give each other space. Weeks after we got back together, after I found out she started flirting with a co-worker. Went out a couple of times. Went down on him too. She showed me the texts. We worked through it, but I've always felt insecure as they see each other every day. Recently, a few days ago, we had a fight. We'd made plans and she cancelled the day off. Cool, right? So I say okay. She has a habit of doing so last minute and it annoys me, but whatever. So later we talked. I asked how her day was, etc. She sent me a few pictures. And I see a restaurant in the background. When we meet later, I ask her about who she was with, and she doesn't exactly answer, but after taking it upon myself to look through her texts, I see a conversation with the same co-worker talking about having lunch together, at a very unique type of restaurant, the same that was in the background. I was so mad. I asked if it was him and she repeatedly said no. I left. Went home. I woke up and saw I was blocked everywhere. I decided not to bother her as we both needed time to calm down. Today I decided to look at her FB through someone else's account. It says she's in a relationship. Co-worker's account says the same. For context, when we were together she never once put in a relationship, but I didn't care. It's only Facebook. Suddenly, she and a co-worker who was single are now both in relationships. I'm going crazy. I've messaged her friends and everyone she knows who I do, but no one is responding. What should I do? I can't work, I can't eat or sleep. If she broke up with me I'd be okay, but she just chose to do it in such a way. I need answers. I need someone to tell me what's going on. I feel like I'm starting to come off as a crazy person, but what am I supposed to do? Edit, her friend just responded. She's dating the other guy. So yeah. 5 years gone. I've just blocked everyone she knows. I don't think I want to see anymore. Thanks, everyone. You say if she broke up with me I'd be okay. She did break up with you. She did it in a rude and hurtful way by ghosting you. Grieve the loss and move on. Once you are happily involved with another, she'll probably reappear to try and haunt your ass again. Don't let her back in, not even as a friend, 'cause friends don't do that to each other. This is true TBH. Also, 5 years dating is a lot better than 15, kids, and going through a divorce. You'll bounce back. I can't see it honestly. I can't see ever coming back from this. It feels like this will kill me, but I'll put my blind faith in your words because I have nothing else. Update, a week later. Need support. Been over a week since I, 30 meters, found out my ex-GF and best friend of 5 years, 32F, had been having a long-term affair with her coworker. She ghosted me when I found out. First thing is first. You people saved my life. I admit, I was having very dark thoughts during those first few days, and the words and sentiments of you Reddit folk helped me trudge along. I still come on to read your words when my resolve wavers. Blacksmith Thok 4686, Batty Catty Hooligan, Cassie Lifts, Manowar. You guys saved my ducking life. Thank you. I finally told my family and friends. Some of them already knew as our friend groups were sort of blended after 5 years. To say my mother was hurt was an understatement. She loved my ex. Thought I'd marry her. I'd taken your advice and just went completely silent. I purged my house of everything that reminded me of her, everything she got me, or left here, packed it into boxes and asked one of my friends to deliver it to one of hers. I wanted to be proactive. Couldn't sit still. When my friend got back, he said he gave her friend an earful about how I'd been treated. I didn't ask him to. Apparently she was apologetic. She supposedly didn't know my ex cheated. Yeah, right. I think she just doesn't want to look bad now that her ex is a cheater. No way she didn't know. But whatever. Yesterday a blank random FB pro messaged me. Hi, me. I got the stuff from Talia. I guess you're probably mad at me. I guess that I ducked up by not breaking up sooner before things happened, but I think it's really cruel of you to tell people our business and even return things I got you as gifts. They were meant for you. There is no reason to be so ugly about everything. This is exactly why I did not say anything. I really think me just disappearing will help you move on faster. There's no reason for it. One day I hoped we could both look back on our relationship fondly as something that helped us become better people. I hope you can reach that point in yourself. Ignored and blocked. She can duck off. I've got my appetite back. I still have moments where I just can't help but break down, but I feel anger more than anything else. I'm burying myself in work and most of my interactions with people involve a good deal of faking it, but I'll get there someday. What worries me is my anger. It's easier to just vent here. Here I won't get looked on with pity or tiptoed around. Thank you guys, Father. Translation: Hi, me. I got the stuff from Talia. I guess you're probably mad at me. I know you are, but you shouldn't be because I had reasons and you should just accept that. I get that I ducked up by not breaking up sooner before things happened, but I think it's really cruel of you to tell people our business and even return things I got you as gifts. How dare you tell people that I cheated on you over and over for a many month span? I was really hoping to preserve my image and control the narrative, and now people know I'm a cheating asshole. They were meant for you. What the duck am I supposed to do with them now? There is no reason to be so ugly about everything. I can't believe you are trying to hold me accountable when I have reasons and you should just accept them. This is exactly why I did not say anything. I'm a coward and didn't want to face the repercussions of my actions and didn't have the balls to have an open, honest and mature discussion about how I felt before being a cheating asshole. This was so much easier for me. I really think me just disappearing will help you move on faster. I really can't be bothered to deal with your emotions and pain and face my cheating asshole ways. This is so much easier cause I'm a coward. There's no reason for it. There's totally a reason for it, but I don't want to face them. One day I hoped we could both look back on our relationship fondly as something that helped us become better people. I hoped you'd get over this cause I have and wouldn't subject me to any ramifications of my actions. Oh, and I don't regret what I did, so there's that. I hope you can reach that point in yourself. I'm already over it and you should be, but if you're not, it's your fault and there's something wrong with you. Exactly this. It pissed me off to the point that I wanted to reply, but I realize that's probably what she wants. The fact that she reacted tells that she cares more about her reputation than the hurt she caused you. Keep telling everyone that asks what happened. Exactly. After I found out my girlfriend cheated, she didn't try to contact me in any way to apologize. Then as soon as she finds out I told people what she did, she's showing up at my house unannounced, basically demanding I don't tell anyone. The reality is that these narcissists would prefer if you just hid away so they could ignore the repercussions of what they did. Their reputation or public mask is the thing that motivates them. Yup. Basically. I didn't hide in my case. He hated it. It was pathetic how he would start hiding from me when I didn't. They're cowards. So he went nasty mode to hurt me and make me disappear with the help of his AP and friend. He didn't have the guts to do it himself. And he wanted me to be his friend. Lol, I said no, duck you. Nicer, real friends don't treat you like shit. He'd keep saying how much he loved and missed me. The AP saw those messages and she still chose to be with him. Go figure. You should have seen his face when I still didn't go hard and we stumbled across. He was hyperventilating and stressed as hell, rubbing his face over and over. These cowards fear people who unmask them. One time he saw me with a new person who I started dating, now my awesome partner, and the hyperventilating began, except now with a teary face. Like what? Why are you crying? You treated me like dirt, didn't respect my boundaries. Did you think I would just openly accept your conditions and not move on because I deserved better than you? That's the whole reason I believe he went teary, because his actions show he felt no real remorse. I highly doubt he'd feel guilty. The fact that she reacted tells that she cares more about her reputation than the hurt she caused you. BTW, this is typical of covert narcissists. These cowards have to maintain the facade of a good guy/girl. Yup. They're sick. No way she didn't know. But whatever. I don't think her friends knew of her cheating at this point. I think it's really cruel of you to tell people our business. Well, she cheated on you. At this point you do not owe it to her to keep her cheating a secret. Remember, if we stay quiet, then the cheaters win. And even return things I got you as gifts. They were meant for you. There is no reason to be so ugly about everything. This is exactly why I did not say anything. So, it's all your fault now? She doesn't look like a person who likes to take responsibility for her own actions. Nothing is ever her fault. I really think me just disappearing will help you move on faster. There's no reason for it. One day I hoped we could both look back on our relationship fondly as something that helped us become better people. I can't imagine what is going through her head. Not sure how she can be so sanctimonious and be on this high horse after her cheating on you. One word. Narcissist. I think I'm mistreating her. Recap: cheated on weeks ago. For the last few weeks I've been seeing this girl for purely sexual reasons. She is a friend who knew I got betrayed. Sympathized with me. Told me she sort of had a thing for me. I made it clear I didn't feel that way at all. I'm in no state to date and won't seriously for years perhaps. She was fine. So we've been hooking up. Thing is, my libido came back with a vengeance. And I'm not gentle with her. Of course we talk about it. She assured me she's good with it. Great, right? I'm starting to think I'm overdoing it. I will literally call her over when she gets off work when she's tired and she'll be here. I only found out later when she told me she was in the middle of work stuff and rushed over. I've told her maybe it's not responsible to just rearrange her life. She shrugs it off. Few days ago it shit got off. I told her I wanted to try a particular sex act, one she refused to do with her past partners. She said yes without even thinking about it. I asked why and she said you want it so I'll do it. She said nothing about her wanting it and that was her default response. We didn't. I haven't hit her up since. I feel like I might be taking advantage of her and it's stucking with me. It does sound a bit like she is too eager to please. It's possible she is hoping that this is her chance to demonstrate herself to you, in spite of setting an expectation that you aren't looking for something serious. It's nice that you're conscientious of it being self-destructive though. Cutting her off may be the best thing for her. Agreed, she is being picky and it hurts to read how quickly she will debase herself for op. Don't be a dick with her. If your ex was a dick to you, that's no reason to behave the same way. WTF. I'm scared. My dad has been battling colon cancer for 4 years. He's losing that fight. About 6 months ago he was completely bedridden. About a month ago he lost the ability to speak. Yesterday I got a call saying his organs have systematically started to fail. So here I am at his bedside. The doctors say he can't speak but he can hear everything. I don't know what to say to him. What should I say to him? We've had our differences but I love this man to death. The shit he's gone through for all our sakes. I'm losing my dad. And I can only watch. Just talk to him about anything and everything. Read the news, whatever. And when you're okay, tell him that you'll be okay if he wants to go. Hugs for you, X. Just talk about what you've been up to, and especially what you're planning on doing with the rest of your life. I promise you he wants to know. Op, I lost my mom in May 2021. I was her primary caretaker. At the end she could not talk. Just take your dad's hand and tell him how much you appreciated all he did for you. Tell him he was a good dad and taught you well. Tell him you love him. Tell him a story when you were young. He knows. He loves you and is proud of you whether you tell him or not. You are his legacy. Be proud of that. I am sending prayers for you. Update 2. The ghosting, cheating ex. Advice. Recap. Couple of months ago an ex-lover of 5 years cheated on me, then ghosted me when I confronted her. I went strictly no contact. She tried to incite a response in me with messages from blank accounts. I didn't respond. Now, a few days ago my dad passed away. Somehow, she found out. On SM I have received such an outpouring of support from my friends, and some of them are friends with her friends. My friends already know not to talk to me about her or share anything about me with her or her friends. I'm not too phased. It's on SM, so she was bound to find out eventually. My mother is broken. X, who has been blocked by my mother and family, decides to text my mother her condolences. She goes so far as to imply that being the caring person she is, she'd like to offer my mother her support and attend the funeral. Guess who with? If you guess AP, then you're right. Why? Because he will support her while she's supporting my mother. This fucking sucks because my mom loved her and they were close until she cheated. Mom didn't bother responding. She just told me what happened, told me she doesn't want her there or to reach out again and will leave it to me to handle it because she doesn't want unnecessary drama after all this. Now I have no choice but to confront her. I also know confronting her is giving her exactly what she wants. She'll be able to say I'm the one reaching out to her. What should I do? What should I say? I have not dealt with it yet, but I plan to. Edit, she actually did say that she wants to offer my mother support without risk of hostility from me. Yeah, because ignoring her is an attack on her apparently. Edit/mini update, thank you all so much for your condolences. I'd have loved to answer each one of you individually. Thank you all from the bottom of mine and the family's hearts. I took all your advice into consideration. At the end of the day, regardless of the harsh way I personally want to put my ex in her place, I think I see things my mother's way. I don't want any sort of conflict or ill will or cruel words spoken about the circumstances in which I'm putting Dad to rest. I just want peace until after the funeral. I decided I'll not respond to her in any way. I've also spoken to my family through the group to tell them about what happened. Understandably many were angry and wanted to rip her a new one. I pleaded with them to restrain themselves. That we needed to stand in solidarity and agree we will all meet her attempts with complete silence, and to also set as much as possible on their profiles to private in case she's creeping. I think all of them agree that if she reaches out to them we'll just ignore and block as many times as necessary. Won't even acknowledge she exists. Everyone's so protective of Ma now, so there's a new unity to the family that's really humbling. I'll speak to the funeral personnel about the ex to make sure in case she does show up she'll be turned away. I'll go to the police station tomorrow to at least inform them just in case. Maybe they can advise me as well. If a restraining order is my only recourse, I'll take steps in that direction. Lastly, when I told my friends about it, they weren't surprised. Turns out X is posting about being devastated by the loss of Uncle Dad's name or some such bullshit and is soaking up the pity like a leech. My friends had already agreed amongst themselves to keep this under wraps to not stress me out. They volunteered to be spokesman and spread the word to literally everyone that she isn't welcome and that we'll have security to keep her out if need be. They'll also run interference for me the whole day. I was really touched. They insisted on it, that I should just focus on Ma and they'll take care of everything to do with her. I told them I don't even want to hear anything until after the funeral. Right now my priority is making sure Ma isn't affected by anything else. I'm staying with her until the funeral. She's a really religious woman, so she doesn't want to be too harsh with the ex and says she's forgiven her, or is trying to, so the best she can do is continue to just ignore her. I'll update after the burial, I think. Thanks for showing me not to react emotionally. God bless. This girl is a total narcissist. Her concern and offering of support to your mom was inappropriate given her current status with you and your family. If there's anyone she should have tried to give condolences to, it should have been you first and foremost. If she truly wanted to pay her respects to your family, she should have done it humbly and quietly by sending some flowers, which shows respect while maintaining some boundaries. Instead she texts your grieving mother and has the nerve to try and use your father's funeral that she was not invited to in order to make an appearance and flaunt the AP in your face while you mourn the loss of your dad with your family. That is unbelievably cruel. For her to even think that her support was wanted or needed and that bringing the AP to your father's funeral was the right course of action tells me that this girl has a major sense of entitlement and a total lack of empathy. She's willing to bring drama to you on what quite possibly could be one of the hardest and or memorable days of your life. That's unconscionable. I'm literally dumbfounded by her impudence. Definitely remain North Carolina with this nutcase. How can you make sure that she doesn't come to the funeral? I don't really have any suggestions for you, but I definitely think that it needs to be made clear to her somehow that she's not wanted nor invited. I'm so sorry for your loss. I lost my father 10 years ago and we had a beautiful service for him celebrating his life with close friends and family. That's the type of memory you want to have when you look back years from now. I would hate to see your ex take that away from you in any way. You are in my thoughts, blue heart. Instead she texts your grieving mother and has the nerve to try and use your father's funeral that she was not invited to in order to make an appearance and flaunt the AP in your face while you mourn the loss of your dad with your family. That is unbelievably cruel. Completely agree, this girl is a shameless. Write her a text, a simple and direct message. I don't reach out to you because I want to, but only because my mom asked me to. Do not, I repeat, do not show up at the funeral of my dad. We, especially my mom, are already facing a tough time and don't need any additional drama from my ex, who cheated on me and ran away like a coward, showing up with the very person she cheated on me with. We don't want you there, you are not invited and not welcome. Stay away from me and my family, no one is interested in having any contact with you. Also please do not reply to this message, it would be useless since I will block you right away again as soon as I can see that the message has been delivered. And also please never again reach out to my mom, she has more than enough on her plate and doesn't need the additional drama that would come if you contact her. By the way, my condolences to the loss of your dad. Thank you. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night. Wherever you are.